I'm Josh with Waupaca Community Media, and we're back with Peg and Sue from the Waupaca Area Public Library. And how are you doing this week?
The
Good.
ladies are in the house. Yes, we're
Yeah,
doing
you
good.
know, the sunshine is coming through the windows and it's supposed to be warmer today. It's all good.
It's been a really mild November, which is nice. Last year, I remember, was pretty chilly, pretty quick, and
Yeah.
this has been nice.
Yes.
One of maybe the not so nice things we want to talk about, we'll start with this COVID, and I don't know if it's good news or bad news. It seems like the good news is it doesn't seem to be growing big time, but it hasn't slowed down either. It seems to have reached a high level, but it's holding steady.
It's leveling off in that red zone.
Not the place to be, but at least it's leveling, which is, I guess, one good way to look at that. And with that, people need to take it serious and take precautions that make sense and just kind of play it safe to help keep it there and get to the point where we can start bringing it down. With that, the library's made a couple small tweaks with the services you have just to help keep the community safe. And why don't you tell us what those are?
Well, Josh, one of the things we looked at is that we have some vulnerable areas. People come in to use computers, people come in to use study rooms. Computers are only used for 1 hour. So that isn't as big a problem. But we have been allowing people to use study rooms for at least 2 hours. And when they're using the study rooms, they're using the copy machine, they're going to the bathroom. There's just more opportunity for exposure. And we just decided we needed to eliminate that for now. And hopefully, as we move forward, we can add those services back in. And as you know, we're back to curbside service, no inside browsing. We do our best to serve everyone and try and make accommodations if someone does have a medical condition that doesn't allow them to wear a mask. But we do ask that they wait in the lobby so that they're not inside of our building without a mask. And we try and serve them as best as we can. The best way to get a hold of us is to call and say, this is what I need, and we'll do our best to help you. But we still have copy capabilities for people who need that, and they just need to come in, tell us what they need. We're going to give them a slip of paper. They'll take it out into the hall so we know what it is they need copied, and then call us or come back in quickly and give us that information.
Okay. Speaking of curbside delivery, you've got a number of things people can get through curbside aside from just books, and one of those is a take and make kit. And we talked about it a little bit last time, gratitude yard signs. So now that the election's done, let's get rid of those political signs and get something fun outside. And what are those all about?
Exactly. And this would be a great way to start a new holiday tradition. Bring a couple of these sign kits home and have your family that is there for Thanksgiving make a sign that thanks someone in the community for all their dedicated service. Those essential workers. We immediately think right away of our healthcare professionals, but geez, even the people who are working at the grocery store or your teachers are really putting themselves out every day at risk. And so just a little word of gratitude for them. So the kit comes with a blank sign and a wire stand. And the markers you need to make, all you need is the idea and the artistic ability to make a sign. So come and get them. We started out with 100 and we got 100 more. So there's plenty to go around. I'm thinking there are some classrooms that are probably going to be doing this as a classroom project too. So this is a great way of switching it up, getting rid of those, like you say, we've seen enough political signs for months and months and months. Now let's put some meaning behind what we put on our front yards.
One of my Rotary friends says, why don't we just take all of those political signs and turn them over and put thanks signs on them instead? So, let's turn that maybe division in our community to something that says, we're all in this together. And thank you so much for being on the front lines.
So speaking of the school kids, even though the library is maybe closed to in-person visits, you've got more than 60 new library card holders.
Whoa! Isn't that awesome? I'm like so excited. normally in the fall, we invite our first graders in for a tour, and it's their first field trip of the year, and they're so excited. They're starting to be readers, so they want their own library cards, and it's such a big moment for them. And we were bemoaning the fact they couldn't come this year, but we made it a virtual field trip. We sent them a great video tour. We sent them a magic act and a story time, and their parents signed up for library cards, and we had help through the school. So we have 60 new library users, and they're probably all going to start ordering book packs anytime soon. So we're very excited. This is their first step on a lifelong learning path, and I think this is absolutely fantastic. Once again, it's a great partnership in that our community really pulls together to give kids what they need to be successful, both in school and in life.
Well, and Sue, that kind of brings us up to the book packs thing that you've got going on. So what?
Yeah, in October, we had 87 packs we filled, and we're on track to surpass that number for November. So all someone has to do is call us up, and we'll do the secret shopping, pick some books for you, put them in a bag. You might be surprised, and you might be pleasantly surprised, and it's always more fun when I like surprises. I don't know.
Another topic we want to talk about is shape poetry. What is that?
Well, so this is a project by the Waupaca Community Arts Board, and what they're asking is people to think of a poem to be a physical kind of thing. So, if you've got a question mark, you fill in that question mark with a poem. And the one that I wrote, I actually took the old library outline and put in a poem about the library going around the windows and such. So the idea is to make a visual representation, but then also the words that go along with it. And the drop box is in the hall or the lobby.
You've got two online reading challenges. One is Picture Book Month. The other is Read, Learn, and Grow.
Right. So this is using our Beanstack software, which is our online recording software for reading challenges. And we have the Picture Book Month ends in November, so we have till the end of the month. And the challenge is just asking you to consider reading 20 picture books. And I like taking picture books home, Josh, because I can get 4 or 5 done a night. If I'm bringing chapter books home, not so much. So I'm loving the idea of picture books. And picture books are so wonderful because they're not necessarily written. All of them are not written for very, very young children. Their context and their concepts are quite involved. And so enjoy a good picture book. You're never too old. And the Read, Learn, Grow is just, again, asking us to read a book from a different perspective other than our own so that we get a better understanding about another person's life, and it'll better our community. So that Read, Learn, Grow challenge runs through the end of the year. If you need help or you're wondering how to participate and you have questions, just give us a call. But otherwise, lots of information is on our website.
The Read, Learn, Grow challenge actually brought me to a book called A Fish in a Tree. And it's a chapter book, and it's about somebody who has a learning disability. That they can't learn to read, or they haven't learned to read. And now in 6th grade, it's a big secret and something they're trying to hide. And there's so much stress involved in it, and being able to make fun of themselves or others in order to hide that secret. And I'm learning so much as a reader, but I also think of my teaching background and of those people that I had in my classroom who that light bulb just didn't go off for them for one reason or another. So I'm learning a lot. Thanks, Sue.
It was fun.
All those great chapter books.
I know.
You've got a virtual program coming up on December 3rd, another life class. Tell us about that and how people can get signed up for it.
Well, we're calling our series Life Class Journey to Better. And what we're really trying is to help people understand what people of color may experience, not only in our community, but in other communities around the nation, and why there is such unrest right now. And this final episode in our series brings a panel of people of color to talk about their own experiences, and not only their experiences in Waupaca, but how they feel about what's happening throughout our country and even throughout the whole world. There's been a lot about racism and racial unrest, and while our community seems pretty quiet and our police department do such a wonderful job of making the people who live in our community feel as if they belong, and they use very compassionate tactics, not every police department does. And so shout out to our police department for the great work that they do, but we have to recognize that not every place is like Waupaca. And I hope everybody tunes into this. I think it's going to be a great discussion.
So they can sign up by letting us know at the library and we send them the Zoom link. Is that how that works?
Yeah, so there's a place where they can either register online or they can just give us a call and we register for them, and then they'll be sent a Zoom link. And once again, there's that great video that Liz and Laura made about how to use Zoom, so that can help you get on.
Very good. A big community event is on our doorstep, and even with the pandemic going on and maybe the void of being able to do a lot in person, I know this event's going to be pulled off pretty big, and the library's involved with it, and it's the second annual Yuletide Trails. What is the library's involvement in that?
Well, last year I went around with my cookie tin, my tin that I bought from the Historical Society, and I got some amazing cookies. Well, that you can imagine is not going to happen this year. So the Historical Society and Main Street businesses have been working on this great event, and our library has been a partner in it right from the very, very start. On Saturday, December 5th, you can purchase a tin, commemorative tin, which is has a historical photograph on it. They are going to be collectibles. I'm pretty sure of that. Mm-hmm. And inside this year, there will be a lot of perks from area businesses, and the library itself has got a perk that we've set inside of it too. And it's a perk that is meant to connect people. Peg, do you want to explain that?
Well, if we give away the surprise, we can do that though. So
well, a little bit, because they'll buy the tin when they hear how cool this is.
That's true. So what we've done is we've created a pin that says shine, and then the other one says
shine.
They're
both the same.
So what we're asking them is to wear a pin and then give a pin to someone else. So they make that connection, and then they can wear their pins together and talk about letting our light shine, because this is a difficult time for everyone. And so we're hoping that'll bring people together.
Not to mention that it's darker now, just saying.
Well, yeah.
So lots of fun. And then on that day, they're going to have a special take and make a bag available curbside. So while you're out and about downtown and using the things that are in your tin, stop at the library and get a special gift from the library.
Yeah.
Very cool. It's nice to see, I don't know if I want to use the word normalcy with this event, but it's nice to see an event being modified and still being held in a safe manner to kind of have something that feels a little normal going on.
Our community partners are amazing that way. You know what? They have learned and adapted, and just so proud of everybody in this community for coming together to make things happen for kids and for families, even though we're in the midst of this pandemic.
And your next book club discussion will be taking place on Saturday, December 12th, and that's going to get people into the holiday spirit. Tell us about that.
Well, we hope it does. We're offering the book by David Baldacci called Christmas Train, and it's not a very big book. It'll just take you an evening to read, but then you can have a conversation with everybody else who's read the book, and maybe you talk about other books you've read recently. But once again, it is a Zoom meeting, and then you just call us. We can get your book to you curbside, and then you can join us for that Zoom meeting.
Very good. And then,
book clubs are really a fun thing. And what I'm hearing a lot of families doing, grandmas and grandpas are calling their grandkids in other cities and having conversations or reading together with their grandkids. This has been a phenomenon that I hadn't seen in a long, long time. In fact, we had kind of stopped doing book clubs for kids for a long time just because we weren't getting a lot of numbers. But now we're going to try it in the beginning of the year. We're going to try a big and little book club. So it'll be a grown-up and a child, and it can be in the same community, it can be the same household, it can be in different parts of the country because it's all going to be on Zoom. So if you're interested in more information about that, give us a call or watch online. But that'll be fun. That'll start up in January.
I wonder if Walter and I can participate. He's
no, he's not reading yet. No.
I don't know. He sure makes a lot of noise when we're reading together. So I think he thinks that
they're chapter books. Chapter books, no pictures.
Oh, okay. No picture books.
No.
Okay.
And then as we head into the holidays here with Thanksgiving just around the corner, we want to remind people what your holiday hours are.
So we are closed Thanksgiving Day and then the day afterwards, which would normally be called Black Friday. I don't know what they're going to call it this year. And then we'll close early on Wednesday, the 6th, so people can go home and thaw out their turkeys.
But we will be open Saturday from 9 until 2 as regular. So the 28th we will be open.
Right.
And we wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. I know it's going to be a little different, but get that gratitude sign and watch football and make a gratitude sign. There you go. That's what I'm
grateful to Josh this morning to help us tell the library story. So thanks, Josh.
I appreciate having you on the air and on Facebook to tell the community what's going on and keep everyone up to date. And thanks for making time today.
Yeah, we'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right. Bye, Josh.
Have a good holiday.